Welcome back to PSL Living. I'm Sarah Prohaska with the Communications Department here at the City of Port St. Lucie. I'm very thrilled to have my next two guests. They are both deeply involved with the Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County, which provides so many wonderful opportunities for our area's youth. So I'm very excited to have them come on and give an update on some of the wonderful things this organization is doing. So I want to welcome Sarah also from. She is the Director of Community Relations for GL Homes,
yes,
which is a wonderful partner for the St. Lucie Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County. And this is Will Armstead,
yes,
CEO, correct?
CEO.
Yes.
So
I thank you both for coming on and taking some time out of your busy day to give us an update about Boys and Girls Club, because so many of our city's youth is involved in it. So many parents are aware of your organization and involved with it. So it's kind of nice to hear a little bit more about what's happening lately with Boys and Girls Club.
yes.
So, but I want to start with Sarah, because she came on today to tell us about GL Homes has been an excellent partner with Boys and Girls Club and made it possible to do so many wonderful things. So Sarah, if you wouldn't mind just giving us a little update as to why GL Homes got involved with Boys and Girls Club and a bit of what you were doing with them.
Well, Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County has been a great partner. Mm-hmm. We build beautiful homes, but this organization builds bright futures for our kids. Mm-hmm. And GL Homes really is all about making a difference where we live and work in those communities. And we want to invest in the kids in Port St. Lucie and St. Lucie County. Everything that the Boys and Girls Club does, from academic enrichment, physical activity, arts, the sciences, anything that can help these kids be productive citizens. This is what the clubs are all about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. So you have done some wonderful things. So before we start going into depth into what GL Homes has done, you guys were telling me a really great story, and I think our audience would love it, about a Boys and Girls Club team named Justice.
Yes.
And he was a 14-year-old middle schooler, I'm assuming.
He just started high school. He's a freshman in high school this year. Yes.
So if you guys could tell this story, because I think this is a really great example of how your partnership works.
Sure.
I can start.
Yeah, please do.
Well, Justice has been with Boys and Girls Clubs since he was a little boy.
Okay.
His family, his sisters, they also went to Boys and Girls Clubs. And this year, GL Homes offered them an opportunity of a lifetime.
Okay.
Being able to actually go on a job site. This kid wants to become an engineer. And how many kids have that opportunity to actually go to the job site where the dirt's being mulled over? I'm not an engineer, as you can tell. And just people, professionals that can show them the tricks of the trade. And man, I tell you what, Justice came back very excited. His dad came back even more excited.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because he knew it was a true opportunity to see what it was like to become an engineer.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of kids never get that chance. So that is a really great thing. So how did GL Homes find out about Justice?
Well, we met Justice at a Club 25 dinner, which I know Will will be talking about that. And that's this little necklace that I'm wearing as well. I don't know if your camera can pick that up or not, but it's the Boys and Girls Club of America. It's their logo. And met Justice. He spoke to Club 25 members, 80 adults. He talked about his dream of becoming an engineer, finishing high school, graduating college, and just talking about everything he wanted to do in his life. And I thought, this kid is really going places. For a 14-year-old to be able to stand up in front of 80 strangers, adults, confidently poised. He just gave off great energy. And so I thought, I'd really like to work with him. So I called our team at GL Homes and said, could we have this young man come out and see all that we're doing at our Valencia K project, which is part of Riverland in Port St. Lucie, from soup to nuts. How do you build a home? What is an engineer's role, which is so critical to planning a community? So that's what we did. And we had him come out this summer, and he had a wonderful time. He really did learn so much about what it takes to become an engineer.
And you just, because you have this partnership, you were able to open up a door for a teenager who probably wouldn't have had this opportunity.
Well, it gave Justice an opportunity to really dream about what it would be like to be an engineer.
Yeah.
And to be able to share those experiences with his peers.
Mhm.
So we're grateful to GL Homes for making that happen.
All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
So Sarah mentioned Club 25. Tell us about that.
So as you know, Boys and Girls Clubs of St. Lucie County celebrates its 25th year this
Congratulations.
25th anniversary
Yes,
this year.
that's
And
great.
yeah, it's awesome. And
Uh-huh.
it's like for 25 years, we focused on academic success,
Mhm.
kids living a healthy lifestyle, and make sure we're building their character and leadership.
Mhm.
And the next 25 years, we want to get really in depth with all three of those
Okay.
opportunities that we provide to our young people. And so part of that's going to be looking at job creation. What GL Homes allowed for Justice to do is exactly what we're going to be looking for.
Mhm.
Looking for how are we going to share with our young people, our teens, our future leaders, the jobs that are really out there.
Okay.
What's available? How can we help them?
So who's involved in Club 25 and how do they become involved?
So like GL Homes,
Uh-huh.
these are people who really take a stake in our kids' lives.
Okay.
So you started with Sarah,
Mhm.
and Sarah just really stole the entire show. She told you everything
Yeah.
that I would tell you,
Yeah.
and that's what we want in our sponsors.
She's an
our
ambassador,
donors. She's
yeah.
an ambassador
Mhm.
to what Boys and Girls
Mhm.
Clubs every day, and she could speak the language.
Mhm.
So those 80 people that were in the room that night.
Mhm.
They are ambassadors. They
Yeah.
actually can speak the Boys and Girls Clubs language
Mhm.
because they're our youth. They're
Yeah.
our tomorrows.
Yeah.
So that's what those 80 people, or who those 80 people were.
Wonderful. So why did GL Homes pick Boys and Girls Club of all the charity or all the organizations that you could be involved with? What about Boys and Girls Club spoke to your company?
Well, certainly this organization has a national reputation.
Yes.
It's just excellent in everything they do. And it really takes that holistic approach. As I said, it's helping with tutoring after
Yes.
school. It is emphasizing exercise and healthy eating and a lifestyle and arts enrichment and science, computers, and gives these kids access to perhaps things that they wouldn't be able to get either in school or at home. And but for the Boys and Girls Clubs, many of these kids would be sitting at home watching television or maybe during the summer getting in trouble and things that they shouldn't be doing. And so this gives them a positive outlet. And as I said, it really does, this club do focus on bright futures, and that's what GL Homes is all about.
Yeah, wonderful. So Will, it's the beginning of the school year. I know
Yes.
that's always a busy time for Boys and Girls Club. Tell us how many clubhouses do you have running right now?
So across St. Lucie County, we have 20 clubs,
Okay.
15 of which are in school-based sites.
Yes.
I never talk about our truancy program. That's another 16
Okay.
clubs that we're in.
Okay.
So we're just over 32 clubs or 32 buildings that we're in across the county.
Wow. So, and right now you're like you said, you're run the after school care for
Yes.
St. Lucie County Public Schools, right? That
Yes.
you're and then just so many other things. Is anything coming up right now that you guys are working on that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I think, over the next 16 months, we're really going to be focused on this Club 25. Because what we want to be able to do is provide opportunities for our teams. We had a couple of our other sponsors provide jobs for our kids.
Oh, wonderful.
And those jobs didn't take the kids going to engineering school. But what we said to those folks was we could at least teach them the soft skills with them. And then by the time they get to the place where they go to college, they can go work for a GL Homes because we were taught them the soft skills early. So we're going to spend a lot of time teaching our kids soft skills and making sure they're employable.
That's great. Yeah, and it's all of that. It's just having the responsibility of going to a job every day, taking it seriously.
Exactly.
All of that it needs to build until you can go work for a company like GL Homes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We're going to spend a lot of time with not just our high schoolers, but our middle schoolers.
Yes.
We want to prep them early
Important time.
and make sure that they're living a healthy lifestyle. But more importantly, we want to make sure they're in a safe environment.
Yeah.
We want to keep them in a safe environment. I have to say this, that at every one of our clubs, that every staff member is a level 2 background. So we want to make sure that it's caring adults making things happen for these kids.
Yeah. And then of course you always have your annual steak and steak fundraiser. When does
Yes.
that come up?
That is in October,
October?
October 25th.
Okay.
So it's right around the corner.
Yeah, that's not too far away.
We have some really amazing things
Uh-huh.
happening. This
Yeah.
particular year, it's going to be superheroes.
Oh, okay.
So you still have to wear the tuxedo and a nice
Okay,
dress,
okay.
but I'm sure there's going to be some guys with some superhero clothes under their tuxedo.
Oh, that'll be fun. And so that's a wonderful fundraiser for you. And so if someone who hasn't been involved would like to get involved, where would they go?
Two places. They can either call
Okay.
me, 772-460-9918,
Mm-hmm.
or they can go to our website, which has all the updated information.
Okay.
And it's at www.bgcofslc.org.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Is there anything else that I feel like you guys have so many things to talk about. Is there anything else that I've missed before we wrap it up today? Anything else you'd like to add?
Actually, yes, I think, Will, you were talking about soft skills, and that's something that GL Homes has partnered with the Boys and Girls Club of
That's
St. Lucie
right.
County
That's right.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle G's in Jensen Beach, beautiful
Yeah.
restaurant
Yes.
on the ocean. GL Homes found an etiquette instructor
Okay.
who went.
That's great.
Yes, who went to the restaurant and really worked with the kids on place settings and how to interact in a job interview
Yeah.
if it's conducted over a lunch, because we really want to make sure that these young people have a leg up in there. It's not just a job. We want these young people to have a career.
Yes.
And in order to do that, you do have to have all those soft skills.
That's right.
And we take for granted, I think, a lot of times in our own homes
Yeah.
that I know as a child, I was expected to set the table. But I think family dinner is a lost art these days.
Yeah, I think
And
so
so
too.
to be able to know where the knife and the fork and the utensils
Yeah.
and the glass goes, I think those are critical skills that oftentimes are overlooked
That is.
and can make or break
That's
whether or not you do get that job.
That is a great. I meant to mention that earlier because I found that so great that you're able to do that for those kids, because that's another thing you don't learn that in school generally, and it's stuff that if you're not getting it at home, you're not going to get it at all. So that's a wonderful thing that you were able to do.
Right. So there,
Yeah.
we just have a great collaboration, GL Homes and the Boys and Girls Clubs
I
of
think
St.
so.
Lucie County.
Sarah, I think one of the things that you said is just like a collaboration. It's like looking at what are the needs of the kids
Yeah.
or the teens that we serve. And
Uh-huh.
one of the things that GL Homes has done is provide us with a $25,000 donation so that we can continue to
That's
do our
great.
work. We in our conversations, it's been we're going to be the hands, we're going to be the workers, we're going to make sure that it happens for our youth, but we need people to support our efforts,
Yeah.
our community efforts, not just Boys and Girls Clubs efforts, but it's the community.
Yeah.
These are the kids that are going to work for us one day.
Yeah, no, it is, and it takes more than a Boys and Girls Club. It takes more than the schools. It
Yes.
takes businesses and the, other people involved in the community to really make a difference. So
It does,
It's a
and
great
we want
thing.
other companies to step up
Yeah.
in Port St. Lucie and
Yeah.
St.
Yes.
Lucie County too, because it can't just be one company.
Yeah.
It has to be all of us working together for these
Wonderful.
kids.
All right. So if you are watching this and you have a company or you're involved in a business or a corporation and like to get involved, contact Will.
Yes.
I'm sure he would love
contact
to
me.
talk to you. Yeah. Because these are the sorts of partnerships that truly do make a difference
Yes.
for our kids who live in the city and throughout the whole county. So we really appreciate you coming on and talking about it and giving us some insight, because
Thank you.
it's all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes like this that
is.
people do not know about.
That's right.
So
It
it's
is.
great to shine a light on it because it's a wonderful thing.
Right.
And you guys have so many beautiful homes going up there out in
Riverland.
Riverland,
yes.
out in Tradition, and our residents are eagerly watch all that growth going on out there. So it's great that you're a part of it.
Thank you. Well, we enjoy working with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes. And we appreciate it.
of course.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on.
Thank you for the
And
opportunity.
hopefully maybe we can have you back in a year or so
We'd love
to
to.
catch
That'd be
up.
Love it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. And we'll be right back after these messages.